Hi, my loves. It's Jeray, my lady girl from around the way, where we have culture, conversation, and community. And in today's video, I'm coming to you all with some commentary about your girl, BIA, okay? Diarrhea BIA, all right? I saw this interview, and I was like, you know what? Let me take a minute to just hear what the girl have to say. And sister, she's talking. I'm really enjoying and liking what I am seeing. So before I hop into my commentary, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. If you're into this kind of thing where we talk and discuss popular culture in a way that helps us reshape and reframe our paradigm so that way we can live the life we deserve, make sure you stick around because those are the things that we get into, okay? So I knew that Charlemagne and everyone at the Breakfast Club was going to try to keep things neutral with a whole bunch of shade, and I was kind of pleasantly surprised. Like, let's just get that out the way. First and foremost, I never would have thought that we would be having so many conversations about the Breakfast Club because, I mean, really and honestly and truly, they just have not been the same since Angela Yee. You know, the whole Lauren LaRosa thing and, just hilarious. She can hardly read, all this type of shit. They are really kind of stepping it up. I mean, Camera, Dame, da. So when they had Bia up there, I'm like, you know what? Naturally, let's see what's going on. And I'm going to be honest and say that I don't want to say that I was a Bia fan, but however, I do enjoy some of the bops. You know what I mean? Like, I can't name 5, but I do enjoy some of the bops. Now, she added a lot of context to what the actual beef was between them two, and I really think that it's really stupid, and I kind of believe Bia. I'm not even going to sit up here and lie. Now, I want to say that CARDI's album really did what it was supposed to do. I think that it's time to have the conversation about marketing, branding, and what that means in a new age of digital space and digital creation, right? We understand that, CARDI comes from the love and hip hop universe, and, she's been Instagram famous before Instagram famous was even a thing, and she has a certain level of virality that's attached to her. However, listening to what this girl Bia is talking about, I kind of really relate to her. I think it was really smart for her and her team to release this album, which kind of really feels more like an EP, if you ask me. I think she kind of had it in a tug, kind of like, this whole Nicki Minaj album that she had waiting just in case CARDI did drop, ready to go. And she's like, you know what? You want to highlight my name? You want to call me out and this, that, and the third? Fine. I'm going to give the people what they want. Y'all want 5 Bia songs? Bow, here you go. And I think that that's smart on her end. But if you really listen to what she's saying, like she has she's very centered and grounded, like she's coherent, she's understanding what she's saying, and she has a real love and respect for the craft. You understand what I'm saying? I think that that's very important for people who do consume music, who do consume, this hip hop beef and hip hop culture or whatever the case. You don't want to just, get it and it's all stepped on and, it's whatever. She really understands and has a love and a passion for what she does. That means something to some people. I know a lot of y'all don't give a damn, or y'all just want the little TikTok hits and this, that, and the third, as long as, you can get in there and it's cute. But some people still do love and care and appreciate the art form. Now, I want to say that some of the questions, the way that they directed this interview was a little annoying to me because DJ Envy, y'all know he's just fucking dumb as a bag of nails. But he's like, oh, why are you not giving us some of the Latin music and, this, that, and the third? Now, again, I'm not a Bia fan. I don't really know her whole catalog or where the hell this girl is from. Apparently, she says she's from New England, but to ask her if she's doing something, for the Latin community, like, I didn't even know the girl was Puerto Rican, and I think this is, again, them trying to position her to be in opposition of CARDI, who is obviously Latino and Spanish and Dominican and all these different things. And so it's just kind of corny. She's like, well, if you listen to the album, sister, I have a couple little joints on there where it's a little fusion. And I did have a chance to kind of just quickly, swiftly shift through there. And I'm enjoying it. Like, even just the way that she enunciates her words, right? Her tone, the clarity in her voice, the mix and match of her album, I think is cool. She had some like Ampiano kind of feels on there as well. I really like her voice. They tried to say she got the melatonin flow, but if you understand the art of storytelling, and you look at some of the legends who were in this space, the Biggie Smalls of it all, and, being able to paint a story and to rap in a certain cadence, everything doesn't have to be so, whatever the fuck people be trying to do today. It can be a slow wave. It can be a groove. You can find a pocket where you're just riding and you're flowing. And even in her speaking voice, she just speaks in a way that I think really translates well into her music. Now, I want to say that Just Hilarious really did a good job. You can tell that she was, I want to say neutral, but then a little bit interested. It made us want to kind of like lean into what Bia had to say. Because Laura LaRosa is like, well, girl, we was hoping for a CARDI disc and we didn't hear anything, you just gave us music. And she's like, well, listen, she said what she said a whole year later. I'm off that. I'm on a higher frequency already. I'm dropping my music. I'm up here at the Breakfast Club. I'm out here doing things in New York. I don't got time for that shit, which is smart. She's basically like, girl, I'm not beefing back and forth with Partisan, which was shady. Okay. That was a whack. I'm not beefing with Partisan. Yeah. Because it's no secret. It's no secret that, CARDI has come out and said she doesn't really enjoy doing the music. She doesn't really enjoy doing this. She just liked the money, and B is coming out just saying like, I'm not in this for fame. I'm in this for my artistry. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm not beefing with Partisan. Okay, because she has a whole team of writers. She has a whole thing. And another piece too is she said she owns her own masters. She owns the rights to her music. That's huge, guys. Don't miss this. Don't miss this. It's important to have ownership. You can be in the spotlight. You can be the main one. You can be and everybody's riding and this, that, and the third. But like CARDI was saying on that interview, she already took them people's money. Okay, Roc Nation already paid her. Okay, check already cleared. It's probably already spent. She has to go on that tour, And it's just a difference of like, shopping at Walmart as opposed to shopping at, your local farmers. Like it just is what it is. And how you decide to consume your music I think it's important too. It's a choice. The girl basically said, I don't have a machine behind me. Okay, I'm doing this without a machine. That's commendable. Right? They talked a little bit about her doing the London accent, and she's like, "Oh, I'm from New England." I didn't know if the people in Massachusetts say that that's New England, but I knew that it was something special when she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna do this sip of kombucha." I'm like, "Okay, bitch, not you sip of kombucha. You hoes don't even know." Okay, I'm like, I'm feeling the vibe. I'm feeling the energy. Sometimes the energy doesn't always have to be so raw in your face. It can just be what it is. You understand what I'm saying? And she kind of does a good job at that. Now, Lauren asked her about this alleged tape that came out that she supposedly was trying to release. Bia said, I don't know shit about that, okay? What I do know is I saw the girl wear something that was very similar to me. I like the tweet and it is what it is. Now, she's like, I tried to, she called me about it, screaming and hollering and raving and this, that, and the third. Now, we just heard that leaked audio of CARDI going off on somebody with, on Ice Spice team. So I believe that shit. I wholeheartedly believe that lady was on her phone, this, that, and the third. And what she said was, as a smaller artist, I just think that it's corny that people can come in and they have the people behind them. And it just is what it is. Like, we can't do much about it. And I mean, like, as a smaller creator, I can understand that completely. I've seen instances when people literally are saying the same exact thing that I'm saying, like word by word. You feel what I'm saying? But because they have a larger platform, it's like, oh, okay, girl, you got that. You feel what I mean? Especially when it's a moment when everybody's talking about something. It's like, oh, this video got pushed out first, but I can come in and say it a different way or the same way. But because my audience is larger, I can, I'll be the one to kind of get credit for that. I've seen that before. I ain't even trying to hold you. And it is a little frustrating. And I can relate to that. I know that, it's not a big deal to some people, but when you are coming out the dome and these are the words that's coming out of my mouth type shit, it do feel a way. Like, damn, if I had millions and millions of followers, I would expect for people to not do those kind of things. But it is what it is. Bia, she gave a good interview. She didn't dodge any questions. She seemed very authentic. She seemed like she was telling the God's honest truth. And she seemed like she's ready to kind of just move into a space where y'all know 5 songs now. And I'm going to sit with it a little bit longer. I liked what I heard. It was sounding really good. I'm going to, check it out Let me know what you think about the interview, though, if you do decide to watch it. And let me know if you are a fan of BIA or not, okay? Drop down in the comments. Let me know what you think about this. As always, I'm sending you much love and much light, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.